Hello friends, today we'll see a basic ReactJS application. So I already have in the previous lecture I told you how to create a React app. So now we will just uh, go to the directory first and just maximize it. So it is I will go to tutorials that we created yesterday. So now let us see the yeah. So you can see there are node models folders created. Then package.json is created, package log.json is created, and public folder and then source folder. So now if I go to source folder, it will have app.js file. So this file is what was displaying. So now I will just in Notepad QQ and just open this file. So now it has opened. So there is a segmentation. See, this is the my app.js file. You can see here there's no need of logo. So we just delete it. So it imports the app.css file, which is automatically created when the application is made. So now this is a functional component. So for class component, if it was a class component, I would have written here a class animal uh, extends component, or else I would have written class animal extends react dot component, react dot component. Not yeah, react dot component. So I would have written it was class constructor, but this is a functional constructor. Sorry, functional component. Sorry, not constructor. So now here you can see this image source is an expression. So this string is of logo that we saw. So you have to enclose in curly braces. So that is our image. So now you can see there is some menu. So let it be. So this is our main function. Now we will delete all the things and then we will make our own file. So now I think it is showing because it wants the empty submission. So now we will make our file. So what I will do is first I will create a component. I will import React comma component from React React package. So and semicolon. So again import React from React UM. After that I will write my class. Name of the class is animal. After that I will open the curly brace, close the curly brace, and I will export this file to the container using export default. Now insert that the constructor, insert that constructor will receive the props. It will send the props to the super in the first line of the code to that function. The super class, every class is object. So every class, even if it is not defined in extent, it has object class as its parent. So that's what our constructor. Now we will write our render function. So in render function, all the JSX logic comes. So I will just write return inside that JSX expression. So uh, it will be console.log console.log. You can say hello world. This is our return statement. So we have made two functions. One is the constructor function. Second is the super function. Then we have called the render function. So in this, it should the console and on this code the console it should print. So now I will just copy this line and paste it in the see this return is already there. So we have to so we need to just uh, can say we'll write it in an expression. So open curly brace and that this expression has been printed. So now when I run this, what will happen is hello world will be printed. So now I will just open my browser. Except that I will type oh it's Selena, sorry sir. I will run this file in Google Plus. Localhost localhost wait a minute, I just want to see the port number. We will just start the server. We just maximize the screen npm start. I have to go to the tutorial. I have started the server, it will take some time. In the meanwhile, we will see what we have done is I have created a functional component using function app, function keyword, and the name is app. So like class name, function name is their app. So it does not have any arguments. It hasn't taken any arguments. Just it said that there is a return function, and then there is no render function. You can see in the functional components there is no render function, only return function. It is just a mapper of input and output. So for this input and this output, it only has one return statement and a bit of processing. So in this we have a statement like console.log hello world. So in that what we will since this is a expression, you can use curly braces to print it. So now you can see here, yeah, this React app has been developed, but in that the hello world is not hello world, yeah, hello world has come now in the console. So you can see hello world has come in the console. So our code has run perfectly. So we will just revise what we have done. In the app function call, sorry, first is, yeah, the starting point is index.js. In index.js, I have imported the React and React DOM packages. So this React DOM packages is important for the virtual DOM, and React is important for creating the user library. So we have CMCSS, we have apps. So what we have done is we have created a root document. So every React application, whether you run it on any platform, it will require a root uh, tag. So we have created this root tag, and the root tag is document.get element value. So in the in the we have a, let's say, so we are, yeah, now yeah, in this is the index.html file. So this, it is in Go public folder. So what happens is when this index.html, whenever you type localhost colon 3000, this index.html file is loaded. And you can see here there is a div uh, element with id is equal to root. So in that, what we are doing in index.js is we are just creating the root to be that, and the render has a strict mode and a normal mode. So in strict mode, all the JSX expression should match the ECMS script 6 version, but in strict mode, only the uh, ECMS 6 script and JSX syntax should be well maintained. If it is not, then it will give error message. But if you remove the strict mode, it will not give error message. It will give notice or warning. So now we have the React class in the React domain. The React class will build a library from the React package. React DOM will build the virtual DOM from the React slash DOM slash client. We have some CSS file for styling. Then we have to import app from the location that we have to specify. This is important. So import the component name, maybe functional, maybe class component from the directory in which we have stored it. So this real.street mode inside the app is there. So we will again go whenever we type localhost colon 3000. So what localhost colon 3000. Just open the just open the Google Chrome. You can see here next localhost 3000. You can see this is a blank file. So what is happening is inside the root. Now just let us see. In this index.html file is in public folder. So I will just note down the notes. Is in the public folder. So what? Yeah. So this, when you type localhost slash 3000 in the web browser, it will uh, run the file index.html and insert the component whether functional or not, and we'll use index.js which starts the element, which starts the element and the application execution. So React is the component for setting up React uh, for the application, and React DOM is a component for end-to-end management of the virtual DOM. So we'll see one by one. The thing first is index.html files is the public folder. Whenever you type colon 3000 in the web browser, it will run the file index.html and insert the component whether it is functional or a class component, and it will use the index.js file which will start the application execution. So React is a component. We have imported React and React VM. So React is a component for setting up the React for the application, setting up all the engine, the software engine for the application. And React DM is a component for end-to-end management of virtual DM. So everybody knows what is virtual DM. So for the management of the virtual DM and managing the task, React DM is important. So now this was about index.html. Now let us go down. So yeah, see, there are meta tags, everything is written there. So once you need to make only change in one file, because this you don't need to include this meta tag in every file, because whenever this file is always included. You just need to write the code in only one file. So theme color is there, then character set if you want to have multiple languages, then the icon, an apple icon, and this root file. In the body, the first element is no script, and the second is root ID. So this root ID is used by this index.js, and this will create the root, because every React JSX syntax requires one root element. So that is why this root is required, and this root is get element by the root, which is in the index.html file. So now root.render. The root.render is there in the React DM. So root.render React instruct mode, and the app. App is a child of the React. So what is app? App you already have written console.log hello world, and it has been printed. So say order expressions. Expressions can be anything. Expressions can be arithmetic operations. They can be statistical operations. They can be function calls. They can be variable declarations, variable initializations, variable modifications. All these things can be uh, written inside the expressions, like in curly braces, in open close curly braces. So now, how to identify functional and class component? So here it is written function. There is a functional component. If its first function was not written in class was written, it will become class component. So now we have covered the basics of React. Now we will run a program. I mean, now we will see how to develop a basic and a component. So now I'm going to my notepad preview. I'm cre- I'm just copying some the import statements because these two statements will always be required. So now in this, I will just create a class animal which extends the controller class. I'm sorry, not controller component class. Said that for component you should include this separately from the React package. So I will just save this file as animal.jsx. Let me see if JSX is supported. And now there will be a constructor function. Function will take the props and it will return to the parent. So now there is a state. State is an JavaScript object. It has two parameters. One is the name, which will be blank in the first initial step, and there will be age, which will be zero. It will be zero. This was the state. So now I will write the render function and now I will define a dog class which extends the animal. Now in this I will write again state is equal to that first will be type and the next will be uh, pet name. So this is also again empty. Then again I will write the constructor set it constructor again I will just call super. This is just a basic application. I will tell you the advanced also. Super props. After the super props, I will write render function. Now that's the render function. Suppose I write here a return function. Return. So it will return um, let's say h1 hello world. Now this is a JSX expression. I don't know why this color is becoming orange. Here same thing. I will just copy it and I will paste it. So here it was hello world animal. Now here it will be hello world dog. We will create one more class. Just copying this class. In this there is cat. It has a type. It has a name, and it has a gender. So now super props. This will be cat. So now in my app.js, what I will do is remove this console. I will type cat. Let me get the name. I will get the cat. I will just close it. Then I will get dog. I will close it. Then I will get animal. So I will close it. So these are the child elements of the parent element. Now again I am running the. Oh, I forgot to export. Sorry. I forgot to write that export statement. Export default. I will just copy this. Increase this. I will copy this and paste this. After exporting, I just need to import. Import animal. Yes. So in this case sensitive, we have to be careful. This is animal.js in the public directory. So, no, it should be in the same directory. Tutorial source. I will just cut this and then I will open and save it. Not in source, it should be. Not in, it should be in source. So now it is coming. Uh, oh, it is saying that I have a multiple export default, right? So it is saying I can have only one. So we will just change the component to react.component, and after that in each render function I will just return the string sorry hello world in animal. After that I will just copy this thing. I will just copy, and the dog I will, the render method of the dog I will paste it, then I will just change it to dog, and here also we will paste it in the cat class, and that will be hello world in cat. So this is the, we need to export default and animal. So I exported this. Now in the app.js I need to import this. I will import animal, and I will go to the animal. Export default app. Oh, I have exported two. Sorry, only one export is allowed. You see, hello world and animal has come. So our code has run. This is our first application in ReactJS. Suppose I need to import many. Uh, we will just in curly braces, and after that I will just import animal, cat, dog. Now if I run this file, animal, cat, dog. Export, import. Hello, we will now see the next inheritance property supported by ReactJS. Suppose I have to make two specific cases of an animal like dog and cat. I have already created that, but I should create two files. So first I will create the dog file. In the dog file, I will just paste this, and I will just save it as dog.jsx in the source folder. So now this is the export statement. Export default dog. So this will be exported. Now again for dog, I will just cut this dog. I will create a class, that is I will cut this, and I will create this cat class in the tutorial source folder. So see, I have created two files, one for dog, one for cat. So now it returns that it extends animal, and it returns its property. So now in animal.js, like I have like I have written this React. This should also be written in the, these two lines should also be written in the dog and the, because dog is also a part of the virtual DOM, and cat also is part of the virtual DOM. every JS component, like maybe it's functional or non-functional, is part of the component. So now you can see that cat extends keyword is used for inheritance. So cat extends state. So what all it gets the state of the state variables of animal class. So suppose animal class has a name as a property, so it will be inherited by the cat, and the cat and then cat the state will change. So now that was about the inheritance. Then the constructor. Constructor, always the parent constructor is called first, and after that the uh, child constructor is called. Suppose I have a hierarchy like A's son is B and B's son is C. So if first when I call the constructor, create the object of type C, A's constructor will be called, then B's constructor will be called, and then C's constructor will be called. So this is done by use of super. For super stands for super class. So whenever I type super and props, I just pass the child props to the super, and that in turn it goes to the super. So the highest class is object. The name of the highest component class is object. So, but we are using React.component. So now, see the animal class needed to expand React.component to be able to export and sorry, mistake. So see, every class needs to be exported so that every class should extend the React class. So here animal has extended the component class. So dog has automatically imported the component class. So no need to write extend here again. I don't know. This is not right. So only animal class we need to extend because animal class already has extended the uh, React.component class. So now React.dm, as I told you, is required for every class component or functional component to be to take part in the virtual DM optimization. So now I have saved all the files, and now I will just I will do is I will you can say import. So this import statement is imports it, yeah, what I will do is import animal from animal.jsx, and I will just copy paste it, and I will just write import dog, then import cat. Here is dog.jsx, and here is cat.jsx. So this all are imported. Now what I will do is I will just write the in the app. So what it ideally should do is it should render uh, it's first it should render hello world in animal. The next line should be hello world in dog, and the next line should be hello world in cat. So let us see. I have to export first. Export default uh, cat. So yeah. So once again, I need to I need to copy this, and then I have to paste this animal because it is extending the animal class here also. So into dog and cat both we have imported the animal, and we have exported default the cat and exported default the dog. So each is a constructor and an handler function and a state. So now let us see what happens. As I told, you can see all are printed. Hello world in animal, hello world in dog, hello world in cat. So suppose I want to pass some props from animal to uh, and to dog. So what I will do is I will write name is equal to deer. Animal name is deer, and dog's pet name is Fluffy, and uh, suppose cat's gender is male. So I am just printing it. So animal name is deer. So you can say here go to animal class. So animal dot name is deer. So here what I will do is I will just write props. Sorry, this dot props dot, let us see this dot name. So this is the name, and suppose I pass one more value, that is the age. So 30 is in inverted commas because it's the HTML syntax. 30 can't be without inverted commas. So age is this dot props dot age. So successfully set the age and name property. What I will do is in uh, in the return function I will first call dog function. Dog. Let us see the dog type and pet name. So dog type is equal to reader and pet name is equal to Gaurav. So now this is the dog I'm calling, and from the same class I'm calling cat. So let us see what is the cat type, pet name, and gender. So type is equal to ABC, pet name is equal to, sorry, XYZ, and gender is equal to male. So now what I will do is I will just leave this above. So the rule is there should be at least one root element. So I have just creating one root element. Wait a minute. So what I have done is I have created a root element. So now you can see that I have a dog, I have a cat, and inside the dog I will uh, 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 just this dot props dot name or type, sorry. So I'm taking the props and I'm just printing it in the state, mapping the state to the mapping the props that I received to the state. Props dot pet name. So this is the, and now in cat same thing. This dot props dot type, this dot props dot pet name, this dot props dot gender. So like this we have done in this dot props dot about the comma. So we update the state of the dog and update the state of the uh, you can say cat, and now in animal I have just called the return function. So now I export default animal, export default dog, and export default cat. So now we will just return the state, return uh, state dot type plus state dot pet name. So this will be my expression. So I will have to write this in curly brace. So now same thing in the cat. I will remove this return. Insert this expression. I will just copy this. Okay, no, I will not copy this. Type it. Say state dot type plus state dot pet name plus state dot gender. So it will return it to the screen. So yeah, that is all. Now we will just go to the browser. We are showing unexpected. I think I should write this operator. Sorry, I think it's not an expression. It's just a return statement. It's not an expression. So that's why you don't require curly braces. My mistake. Sorry. Yeah, this again I forgot to write this dot state. Just remember that in any function you have to use this dot state. This is correct, but they are giving a dog is not defined and cat is not defined. Oh, I have to import cat and dog. Sorry, I have to import dog from dog.jsx, import cat from cat.jsx. So this is the errors here. Now you can see undefined fluffy, undefined, undefined main. Okay, so type and pet name. Type is this dot this dot type. Oh, it's props dot type. Sorry, let us see what's out. Undefined fluffy, undefined, undefined main. Okay, so now uh, there is some issue with this code. I don't know. So now in that app.js file, I have written three things: animal name and animal age. So here there will be animal name. There will be props. Sorry, this dot props dot animal name and comma. Let me see what is the next property. It is age. So age is this dot props dot age. So these two are the most important and pet name. So here I will just type is equal to breeder, pet name is equal to hi, and then here also I will just copy this, and in this I will write cat one and pet name is hi one. So now you can so pet name Fluffy is already there, so we will not need pet name again. Uh, and the type of that black cat, and then the pet name is hello. So now this is the are called props. The name is equal to there is a prop. Age is equal to 30 is a prop. Then type is equal to created as a prop. Pet name Fluffy prop. So what will happen is each individual class will then uh, import animal from animal.jsx, dog.jsx, and cat.jsx. Animal dog cat. Correct. Is it not? Wait a second. In saying that I have exported it without. Uh, sorry, I have imported it, the dog and the cat. Sorry. So now I will, yeah, see, better fluffy, black, hello, main. So the output is come. So we have successfully constructed our higher passing of props using this. So the main important points to remember is always use this before props. Then you can create inheritance using the extends keyword. Then you can use this dot state instead in the return statement of the render function. Then uh, all that's basically it. So we have developed our new app. So now we will no, use callback functions. So suppose I want to output hello if the weight is greater than uh, uh, you can say 30. We will see in the next lecture. Thanks for watching.